Hi friends, today I'm going to do the edging of this side of my lawn. Actually every day I'm doing a bit by bit, so only this side. So if you see, this is all old edging and on single line. What I'm doing, I'm actually taking this edge as my starting point from that side and putting one brick. This is from Wix 36p, one brick, and I'm doing like this. So the edging will be two, you may say two single bricks, but it will be going like that. Exactly similar I've done the other side. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is to have a string line tied to the other side, and I got this from Homebase. It's like a string sprit leveler. It's very good for DIY because it's only £1, so from Homebase. And I'm just gonna hang it on the string. I'll show you later, and then we're gonna start. Cool. So we have got our string nice and tight. It's not at equidistance if you compare it from there to there, but I'll do it later. So you see, that's a little buddy which is hanging up there, and it's giving more or less a level string. If you see, this string is quite tight, so that's why it has to be quite tight, otherwise you won't get a proper level. So we're gonna measure it here. That's my little German ruler. So I'm actually just taking it straight from the gravel board or my fencing to here. It's 78ish. And we're just gonna check. Now on the other side, straight from the gravel board, it's actually 76 or something, so I'm gonna move my brick a little bit other side to have it on 78 as well. Now we have it on more or less 78 and from a branch board. So yeah, now what I need to do, I need to cut the grass, whatever is in the way, and get started. Now this is my little cutting machine. It's a quite handy tool if you want to cut through the garden. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna follow the string, and I'm gonna push this thing right inside like this, and I'll push it further down, and I will continue right to that end, and we'll remove this part of the grass as well. So and obviously I'm going to remove these bricks, the old one as well. So now I have punched the grass. So if you see, there's a little brown line just under the string that's punched by my little machine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the brick first so that I can get it to the grass from the other side, and we'll remove the grass and make space for new bricks. So the brick is removed, you see, it's all removed. And the time to remove the grass. This tool from Homebase is coming quite handy because I just want to remove this. So I just do this, you see, all the grass is coming off. So this is quite a handy tool if you just want to know how easy it is to remove the entire thing. Right, fine, it's all removed. So you see the nice line in the grass. It has just rained for 5 minutes, so I have to stop work. But I found the tool, which is this one. It's quite handy actually. So friends, I've done clearing from there to here. Because actually what happened is, like, the initial brick was quite close. It was not straight. So when I'm putting my brick, the new one, is actually overlapping a little to the existing soil. So what I have to do, I have to cut through. So you cut it like that, and then just, yeah, there's a root. Yeah, there you go. You remove that like that, and then you do some crisscross so that stones and other bits get off, and then yeah, you continue. And all this muck, you have to actually pick it up and put it into a bag or whatever, or you have to throw somewhere. You have to throw it. So I'm putting it into a bag. So yeah, this all needs clearing, and then there's a little bit left, and we'll meet once I have done and cleared everything. Now this is all clear. If you see, I've actually tried to pick all the mud, earth from hand, but then I actually borrowed this nice little narrow shovel from my neighbor so that I can pick easily the entire length of the edging. Now the next step is to refix our string one level down so that it's close to the brick and I can know that the bricks are going in a level. I'm just gonna check. So one level down there and one level down here, and yeah, and then we will start with edging. So the first thing is I'm gonna hammer it with the ram. So this is the rammer. I bought it from Wix. I think it was 16 or 28 pounds, but if you haven't got it, see if you can borrow from someone. Otherwise, yeah, this is an investment you have to make if you're doing it by yourself. So I'm gonna ram this first. After I will adjust the string, and then I will put some sand on it and ram the sand a little bit, and then I'm just gonna start like this, 1 2 3 4, and straight. No cement. And the reason I'm not using cement is because if you cement it, then you cannot reuse it. So I just, if in case after 2-3 years I want to remove and change the edging or shape of it, so I can reuse my brick. So if you see these ones, they were not cemented as well, but the reason they were like all over the place and got buried into the ground because the ground wasn't rammed enough, and also there was no sand underneath it. So if you got sand underneath the brick, it is quite stable. So now all rammed up, and the level is, if you see, this is one level down now, so I know how to continue. And this is the sand I bought from Wix again, £2 bag. It's quite nice. I'm just gonna put it here and then start. In terms of the tool, I've used this one and this one, these little two buggers, and the rammer, and I'm gonna use another tool which is quite handy to tap the bricks inside. That's the rubber hammer. I don't think any other tools required, maybe not for the straight one, but if you need to cut the blocks, then you need the bolster or something to tap into the blocks, or a circular saw, something to cut into, which I'm not doing the cutting today. So the other tool which I'm using is the split level, because I want the bricks to be a little bit tipped like that, so if there's a water, just run down into the bedding area and not towards the grass. There's the progress, and you might see I'm using a slightly bigger split level, but that's only required if you really want to be precise, but you can judge with your eyes. The string level is good enough to give you a idea, so you just go on and measure. So you don't need this bigger leveler. If you can just go on and measure, the height is always the same once you're going along the path that your brick is. Say if it is 3.5 here, so all the way, if every block, it should be 3.5 above the string. Or make something like a guide, like a little wood or something, and just measure with that wood. So yeah, when you are laying the brick, actually the ground is uneven. What you have to do, you take some sand, check it here, and just make enough sand for one brick. If you haven't got a long spirit level, then you just have to do enough sand for one brick, a little bit more just as a spillover. Then you take a brick, put it tight, and that's too much because the height here, you won't be able to tap it down, so just take a little bit off. Yeah, that's about it. And then with a good hammer, this is a hammer from Rockneck Screwfix or Tool Station, and you hammer it down. That way you are compacting the sand and the soil underneath it, because there's no cement, so you have to really compact it. Then measure from your level, still need a little bit more. Measure again. Yeah, with that. So again, repeat the same process. Now friends, this is a morning, and you see the edging is almost done. I've cleaned it as well. Now the next step is to actually fill these gaps with either a fine sand or a product I bought from, I think, Vicks. It's a no grow. So that's a no grow, and it's a 20 kg bag. I got it at a very half price because the bag was damaged, so they gave me in a poly bag. So yeah, if you get the deal, that's good. So I'm just going to fill it up and with just a kitchen brush, and then just will allow to set it in, and then you wash it with water. There are instructions on this bag, so you can just read it. So now you see the gaps are all filled, and I'm just clearing the remaining which is left over the bricks or blocks. So once it's clean, I'm just gonna wet it, and it's all done.